Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of Pineapple Knits. I'm Marina, and you can visit me on Instagram and Ravelry at Pineapple Yarn, and you can visit my hand-dyed yarn company at pineappleyarn.com. So thanks so much for joining me this week. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to chat with me about knitting and yarn. So yeah, it's been a great week. My kids are finished with their extracurricular activities for the year, so that's really always exciting to have that free time. That combined with the warm weather, it really feels like summer, which is great. I love summer, and after the winter, this has been a long time coming, so very excited about that. I've been busy dyeing yarn this week, which is so exciting. I have wanted to do this for so long, so I'm just really excited to be able to do that. So some things like my hair here have fallen to the wayside, but that's okay because dyeing yarn is a lot more important than that. But yeah, I've been really busy doing that. I'm gonna have an update this Friday with a bunch of yarn, so that's exciting. And yeah, my whole family is kind of plagued with the allergies, kind of goes along with the summer. So if I sound a little stuffy or my eyes are a little swollen here, that's why. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the allergies any day if that means it's warm weather. So, you know, it's funny. Living in Hawaii, living in other warm climates, I never had allergies. And so I think it's something here because as soon as we moved here and it was spring, we moved here about a year ago to Indiana. And when spring hit last year, I experienced the same thing. I experienced allergies, and I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe it's a cold weather grass or a pine. I don't know. But just power through it and eat healthy and drink lots of water, and that's all I can really do at this point. Yeah, so let me just show you what I have been working on this week. So my first thing is I have a hoe. I have a halved object finished, kind of finished, a hoe-ish. I don't know. This is my Evil Queen sock, and I finished it, except for the heel. That's the ish part. I haven't finished the heel on it yet, but yeah, I just did a toe down, basically toe down sock, and knit it all the way up. I love it. Love the yarn. It is by Voolenvine yarns. It's called the Evil Queen, so it's my Evil Queen sock. And this will be for my daughter who's 7. She loves purple, so she loves this and loves the name because that's just her. So yeah, so what I intend on doing is finishing the other one. I've already cast on the toe, and I just plan on doing the same thing, knitting all the way up, because a lot of times when I knit these, when I knit socks or I knit other things for my girls, I'm just not in a point where I can say, here, let me measure your foot so I can see if this works. I just find this is a lot easier to knit an entire sock, do an afterthought heel, pull her aside, take her away from her playtime, and measure her foot and do them both at the same time. So I used to be really good about writing their sizes down and their measurements, and when I was really on a roll making socks for them. Since then, I've gone back to my book that I write everything in, and they obviously have grown since then, so it doesn't really work out anymore, but I've been taking pretty good notes of the socks I have been making for them, so hopefully I could just reference them on the next round of sock making. I think I told you guys a couple of episodes ago, what I like to do for my kids is do kind of a rotation. So they love wearing hand knits that I make for them, so that's so great. But I go in age order. So I start with the oldest and go to the youngest, so no one gets left out and everyone knows when it's their turn next for some socks. And so that's kind of a fun thing to do. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I actually, I'm pretty sure I knit this I think I knit this up to the cuff in one soccer game, and then I think I did this last part in the last soccer game. So it was nice. It wasn't humid enough to kind of make the yarn sticky. If you guys know what I'm talking about, sometimes it can be a little challenging knitting outside. So I got that done. I'm really excited about that. And let's see, I was working on another sock here, and I haven't knit a lot on it. I mostly was working on the other pair of socks, but I'll go ahead and show you my progress on this. So this is just a basic toe up sock I've been working on, and the yarn is from Republic of Wool. It was a pre-order. I was so excited to get it because I love her yarn, and it is called Grand Scheme, and it is so pretty. Let me show you the cake. I showed you guys last week, but just in case you didn't see, I love those colors. Just so many colors, really, I don't know if I would say subtle speckles, but they're not large speckles. They're very, let me see if I can show you, like right in there. The speckling is, I don't know, I don't want to say delicate, I don't want to say, see, you can see some there. They're very sharp, but they're, small. I don't know, but I love her yarn. And so yeah, this sock, I'll basically do the same thing that I'm doing on my other sock, just knit it all the way to the cuff, and then when I get into gift giving season at the end of the year, I can have a sock ready to go, and I will put in an afterthought heel depending on the shoe size of the recipient, so, or the foot size. So yeah, I really love this yarn, and I should say I'm knitting this 64 stitches and a size 0 needle is what I do. I do a magic loop, and I'm using Addy sock rockets. I don't think they call them sock rockets anymore though. They call them Addy turbo rockets because they're not just for socks, but I don't know. I guess we all knew that, but yeah. So I have that, and then I think on this, I should say on this sock too, my daughter is 7. She is, I can't remember her shoe size, maybe a 1, a youth 1, but I think I cast on 56 stitches for her. And then my, let's see, my next project that I've been working on is my Wondrous Moth shawl. Whoa, that's, you guys can see that color. That's some neon, right? And yeah, I finally got to join on my neon yellow, so really excited about this. Let me just get this all set up here. It's getting big. I've joined both of the sides together, so I finished that second side. If you guys remember, I finished the second side, and this is what it is looking like so far. This will be in a V. Right here is the middle, and it will kind of split apart like that, and the pink piece, I don't know if I have it here or not, there will be a pink teardrop piece that's stitched in right there in that V section. But what I have done here is just knit all the way down the tops of both of these. So that is a really, really great neon. I'm really excited about it. I've really been wanting to make something neon yellow. I don't know why. I've just felt really drawn to the color for quite a while, and so when I found this shawl pattern, I don't know if I just said, this is the Wondrous Moth shawl by Lindsay Degen. I feel like I've been working on this so long and I've said it so many times, so I'm not sure if, I mean, I guess if this is your first time joining me, you haven't heard me say it. So, yeah, wonderful pattern. It's kind of color blocked. There's lots of different sections of color, which I love. And, yeah, this is kind of it's a pretty simple section. There's just decreases, so as you fill this in, this V, I don't know if you can even tell this V part, it'll get less and less with the decreases. And I love that about this shawl, is that you start with this section of it is kind of the opposite of some shawls. You know, some shawls you cast on and you increase and you increase and increase, and so you have the longest rows at the very end. And for me, those are so long. Those are the longest rows. They just go on and on. So I love this section of it. This is going to be such a big portion of the shawl, but you're doing decreases. So the longest rows are right now, and they're getting shorter and shorter. So I've challenged myself. There's like a four row repeat, and I've been trying to do, I just started this last night, and I did 2 repeats. So I tell myself, okay, if I can do 2 every evening, I know that I'll definitely be able to do that because they're getting smaller. So yeah, these are all of my yarns, pineapple yarn. This speckled yarn is Waikiki. The blue is Cobalt. The yellow is Saturn. And the saturated red pink color is Heartbreaker. So I think I will be working on this, you guys can see that, it's very, very yellow. I'll be working on this section for a while. I think this is quite a bit. I'm hoping I have enough yarn. I guess I can always dye more if I need to. But the speckled section, the Waikiki section on both of these sides, right here, they actually took, I want to say, 82 grams, so almost a full skein. I was a little nervous about it, but I have been weighing all of my skeins and posting them or keeping notes on my Ravelry page. So if you guys want to do this or make this shawl and you're not sure if you have enough yarn, just go out and check my Ravelry page. It's pineapple yarn, and I should have some fairly good measurements on there. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I can't wait to wear it eventually. So the final project I have been working on this week is I swatched, or I swatched? Is that what it is? Yeah, swatched. Oh my gosh, I can't remember the word. Yeah, tested for gauge. Oh my gosh. Mom brain. Okay, so I swatched for my 4-day knit along Beekeeper cardigan, and here it is. So isn't that gorgeous? I love this color so much, you guys. I'm so excited to wear it this fall. It's very similar to the sweater. Oh my I dyed up this yarn thinking I want a color for the Beekeeper cardigan that will be, I don't know, like honey and honeycomb. I just thought it would kind of be that same color. That's what it spoke to me. This color spoke to me. So I dyed up this color as a custom color for the knit along, and I'm so glad I did. This is really, really beautiful. I actually have pre-orders of this yarn in my shop right now, and I've put the link below, and so if you are interested in knitting this along with me, or if you would like the yarn for your projects, just check out the pre-order, because it is really great. It's a DK weight yarn, and I'm just excited what Marie has in store for us for this knit along. She is Olive Knits on Instagram, and I think she has a pretty active Facebook group for this knit along. So anyway, yeah, very, very excited. I know that some people are thinking of doing it on the reverse too. That'd be fun. I think that's really pretty. So yeah, I'm excited to start that. If you are interested in joining this knit along, it's not hosted by me. I should say that. It is hosted by Marie with Olive Knits. She is Olive Knits on Instagram, and I'm just following along. I'm just a participant, but I'm really excited about it. It's a 4-day knit along, so you knit a cardigan in 4 days, which I don't know if I'm going to be successful at this. I know several of you have commented that there is no way you can do it. I don't really know if I'm going to do this. I have a lot of kids and other responsibilities. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do this, but I was really intrigued by the challenge, and I'm pretty sure I said this last week, that if I don't start, I really want a sweater to wear in the fall. I love autumn colors to wear in the fall. And so if I don't start this right now, once the cold weather hits, I'm going to be thinking of gift knitting, and I'm not going to be making things for myself unless it's something small. So I want to do this right now, and so when the cold weather does hit, I will have a sweater to wear. So yeah, this colorway, I don't know if I said this earlier. I may have. I don't remember, but this is called Honeycomb. So it is a rich gold tonal color. I love this. I think this is so, so pretty. It's very similar to my Midas colorway, which I have in my shop. I may have in my shop. I may have sold out. But it's very similar to Midas, but Midas is paler and this is richer and deeper. So yeah, I was excited about that and excited to swatch for it. So that's all I've been working on this week. I have been dyeing a ton of yarn though for Friday's update. So let me show you some of those. I actually am going to add a few colorways of minis, and I will have minis in Honeycomb. I will have them in Makaha, which is one of my original colorways. These will not be reskeined. I have reskeined them in the past, but I've decided to just focus time on dyeing and doing other things rather than reskeining. So these are Makaha. They are really showing up to be a lot more blue than they are in real life. They're, let me see if I hold them back here. Yeah, they're normally, or in real life, they have a lot more green in them. They do have blue as well. You can see some of the green speckles there, but I love that colorway. And then I have a new colorway that I will have in the minis, and this is called Mangosteen. And they are so pretty. I know a lot of you are purple lovers, so I decided to dye up a purple colorway. I'm not really a purple person, so that's not, when I go to dye yarn, it's not the first thing I go to. So thank you for telling me how much you love purple, so I can add a purple colorway to the shop. But I will also be adding Shrimp Cocktail, which is a really pretty speckly yarn. It has some neon, peachy coral colors along with grays. So I will have this in the sock yarn on a twist, and then I will also have it on my new base, and I'll show you that in just a moment when I get to the bottom of my bin here. I will also have Waikiki, and I showed you guys that last week, I think. I'll have that on sock yarn. A lot of times when I am, when I've been dyeing a lot, I will have leftover yarn, or I'm sorry, not leftover yarn, leftover dye. And instead of throwing it down the drain or, you know, throwing it away, it just doesn't seem right to do that. So what I do is I take all of my dye and dye one-of-a-kind skeins with them. And I call them it's kind of end of the day. It's kind of a line of yarn, I guess, or a series. So this is actually end of the day number 5. And these turned out really pretty. They're definitely one of my favorites out of the yarn that I've dyed this week, the last couple weeks. So these are just so pretty. I love the shades in them. So these, I have several of these. These are one of a kind. So if you are interested in those, definitely get to the shop at 8 p.m. to get them before I take them for my own stash. I will also have Flamingo, which is a beautiful, bright, neon, oranges, pinks, yellows with these great contrasting black speckles. This is definitely one of my favorites. I will have this on sock yarn. I will also have it on mohair, which is my new base. Like I said earlier, I will have Mangosteen. Beautiful, beautiful blues, purples. Got some gray in there. Got some beautiful speckles. So this is Mangosteen. And I was trying to think of a name of a yarn maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe last week, I don't remember. But this is the one I was trying to remember. This is called Electric Beach. And it is really pretty teals with some super dark blue grays. We've got some really pretty bright speckles in it. And this has really been a favorite of a lot of yours for a while, so I wanted to make sure to put this in the shop because this has been really quite popular. I'll also have Saturn and Bubblegum in the shop, and these I have used in my Wondrous Moth shawl. So this is the neon yellow that I was showing you earlier. It's very bright yellow. Pale, it's a really pretty pale neon. And Bubblegum is this color, which is, oh, I love this color. I absolutely love this color. It is just so pretty. So those will be in the shop. And then I'll also have this this colorway, which is called Painted Door, and it's not a very clever name. I saw a painted door this color, so I was really struck by the colors and thought I would name a colorway with it or after it. So this has some really, really pretty blues, like dark blues, grays. It actually has some kind of beigey colors in it, and of course the pink, lots of speckles. So this is, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful colorway. So this is called Painted Door. And then I'll also have, I just showed you the mini of this colorway. This is Makaha. Makaha is a town on the leeward side or the west side of Oahu. So this is, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So this one is definitely reading more of the greens. This is such a pretty colorway. This is called Makaha. So I want to show you some of my mohair now. I have, well, a little backstory about the mohair. Years ago, this was quite a long time ago, 6 years ago, I would make newborn accessories and kind of like photo props and sell them. And so I knit them and crocheted them, just depending what it was. But I used a lot of mohair, and I really fell in love with the fiber, and it has just a beautiful halo, a beautiful texture. It is soft enough to be on a newborn skin. It's a wonderful fiber. And so when I was able to purchase it now to dye, I jumped at the chance because it is an amazing fiber. It is beautiful by itself. I used to knit it a lot on quite large knitting needles, to really showcase the airy texture of the fiber. It is so beautiful paired with a strand of fingering weight yarn or larger worsted weight yarn. You can use the same color as the yarn you're pairing it with. You can use a contrasting color. There's so many different things you can do with the lace weight mohair. So I've decided to add it to my shop because it's such a versatile, luxurious fiber, and it really adds so much interest to the item that you are knitting. So I am going to have it this week. I will have it in Saturn. I will have it in Bubblegum. So my two pale neons. I will have it in Makaha, and so it will be just like the skeins of yarn with all the same colors and speckles. It's a really beautiful Painted Door. Waikiki. Mangosteen. And let's see, I'll have it in Flamingo, which, you guys, come on. This is gorgeous. This is everything I love right here. I love this so much. I need to list this right away because I want to keep this so bad. This is just so pretty. I think it would be so interesting to pair one of these brighter skeins with a bare yarn or a pale yarn, and I think that would be so pretty, just like almost a tonal yarn. This would be so interesting, I think. Knit up like a hat or a scarf or in a shawl. I love, I've seen a lot of people using mohair in a section of a shawl, which is such a great idea to add that visual interest and that texture interest. What a great idea. Let's see, I'll also have it in Electric Beach, which is really fun. I love this, love the colors in this. Very, very pretty. Shrimp Cocktail, which is the colorway with the neon peach or coral colors. This is a really, really pretty color. I used to sell this colorway skeined up or reskeined, so mixed up. It looks so different when it is reskeined, but yeah, this is a gorgeous colorway. I love this. And I think, let's see, oh, you know what? I will also have Mangosteen in a gold stellina, which is super pretty and sparkly. But I think that is it for my colorways that I'll be adding to the shop this week. Yeah, so my shop update with all of the yarn I just showed you, it will be this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at my shop, pineappleyarn.com. Before then, there is yarn in the shop already right now, not the yarn I just showed you, but other colorways. So I usually do have some stock in my shop all the time, which I like. So feel free to pop in and browse the shop. I will have a pre-order for the Beekeeper cardigan knit-along yarn. It's called Honeycomb, and the link is down below, and I think I'll have that up maybe until the middle of June or so. So if you're interested in pre-ordering that, I have a really fast turnaround time because I know you want to get ready for that, cake up your skeins, get ready to knit like crazy for 4 days. So again too, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, leave a comment below, or get a hold of me on my website. I have a contact button. So thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed the time here that we've had together. And if you like my podcast, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, and click on the notifications button so you can be notified every time a new podcast shows up. So until next time, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye, guys.